Welcome to another episode or on my channel, whatever video of driveway mechanicking. Today we're going to be out here in the land of copperheads and rattlers and whatever else is trying to kill you. But it's winter time, so I ain't gonna worry about it. It's exactly probably 60 something degrees out here today, which is the coldest day of the month so far. But today we're going to be working on the Ford Galaxie 500. Now this thing looks like a pile of junk. I already put new tires on it, just to get it out there. And I got a buddy who's supposed to come over and help me pull this out today, but I'm not going to do a video on that. It's just going to be on the next video. You are going to see a new location where it's going to be at, which is right over there until I can get it pulled home. So, what I am doing today, and anybody can do this when they get into an old car. Most people do it all the time that I see on videos. We're going to go ahead and we're going to remove the spark plug out. One spark plug is because I don't know how to work this phone yet. But we're going to pull one spark plug out, take a look at it, see how bad it is. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me get y'all set up and I can go ahead and get this done really quick. All right, so this is the motor here. All right, so go ahead and come over here. You got to clean up around the edges. Make sure there's no rat poop or dead carcasses or anything around it to where it won't get off into the cylinder of the motor, because the motor is clean. So the inside of the motor, that is. These rats did a job on this. And I'm using one of the crappiest wrenches I could find because I don't want to break my good stuff on this. Alright, that spark plug is seized up in there. So we're just going to try to go ahead and pop it loose. Just like that. We got to clean up all this crap in here. All that. But I can't do it right here where it sits because literally all the way up under this car, inside of this car, and this thing was packed full of leaves about this high, all the way across the level. But my son and my nephew helped me clean it up a little bit the other day. Alright, judging by the looks of this spark plug, it was pretty good. It has an even burn and everything else on it. It's perfectly gapped still to this day. Now, coolest thing I seen was, have y'all ever heard of these kind of spark plugs if I can get cleaned off? Let's see. Well, back in '67, they made auto lights. Now this thing's got several other types of spark plugs on it. As you can tell, that is an old spark plug. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and put some stuff down up in there, and this is what you do when a car sits for a very long time, like 30, 40 years. You get a hose out of the way. Get you some PB Blaster, transmission fluid, anything that's a lubricant. I prefer PB Blaster. Most people prefer transmission fluid, either or. I think either one will work. Just give you a good squirt off in there. So you think it's done enough. And then you just add the spark plug in it. Yeah, I was sitting there digging through this car the other day, me and my son, because I ran the jack through the floorboard. Dumb mistake. Slipped off the frame, went through the floorboard. Can you believe that shit? But the floor is not really as rusted as I thought it was, but it's still there. I mean, the hole can be patched with a license plate, a stop sign, whatever you can find. Some scrap metal laying around your house. You can always patch some floors up. In the meantime, until you can afford to buy you a new panel, which some panels ain't really all that much. Alright, that spark plug is done. Now, that's all I'm doing on this car for right now until we can get pulled out of the location it's in. But remember, when you do that and you're not for sure how the firing order is on this motor just yet, we're going to go ahead and put the spark plugs back so we can trace them back down to where they're at so we can get a new rotor and everything. This thing has a coil, a cap, coil cap, rotor bug, and it also has points in there. Now this is a weird alternator. They call these transformers, I guess, or generators, my bad. Generators, they call these generators. It's just like an alternator. You can actually change those out with a regular up-to-date alternator. But the coolest thing was I found the keys to this car. I thought there was no keys to it. We found it right there in that seat. These doors don't shut, which I gotta work on those. I gotta pull these panels off. It's not really in bad condition. The inside of it isn't too bad. I mean, we're just gonna ignore all this, you know, because that's gonna cease to exist. But big old Liam went through the windshield the other day, so I had to crush the rest of it out. But as you can see, we got our work cut out for us. The rats did a number on this car. There's that hole in that floor right there. But other than that, it's pretty, the whole floor is pretty dang solid. You ain't gonna have to worry about that. It's just a vent for your feet when they get sweaty and hot. But other than that, it's not a bad car. We actually looked in the trunk. There's a little bit of rust right in there, in that area. You can see the ground. The other side, mint. The roof has a wave in it, just a slight wave. I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, you could probably push it out with your foot or something, but it's not bad. I'd drive that. And here I am talking like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, which I really don't know much about this car just yet, but we're gonna figure it out. So this is one of my cars here that has stayed in the family ever since the day it was bought. So not really much going on. I'll be able to put out a good video soon, someday. And once I get this phone figured out or that GoPro figured out, one either or, and then we're gonna get down and dirty on this car. But yeah, we already know what we got to replace: wires, cap, cool. I don't know if this thing works or not. This generator, hoses, a little bit of wiring here and there. I did manage to find the positive and the negative. So we're going to try to put a battery on it on the next episode, next video, and see what catches on fire, if anything catches on fire. But we're still going to see if that motor will turn over. I'm going to let this PU blaster sit in there for about 4 or 5 days. Make sure the engine's well lubed up, and lube up everything else that needs to be lubed before I take it to its location to be worked on. So its new location to be worked on. I'm not going to work on it here because of the snakes and the spiders and everything that tries to kill you. There's a deer over there. But anyways, yeah. Deer season kind of got me slowed up a little bit.